What's going on, guys? Sorry, I didn't even realize it. Probably, I guess, a little while into the live, um, YouTube had taken the video down. They stopped the live stream, took it down. I did get a monetization warning. So again, I did a lot of research last night. Want to see if I could just put it on there, let you guys watch it with me. But fortunately, we're going to do this as a watch party. I'm just going to have myself up here on the screen. On my other monitor here, I have the Apple Live event going on. I'm just going to have to kind of talk through. Let me know if you guys are watching it too, because I can't show anything that's on the item on the live stream. I don't know if it's the audio or whatnot. I mean, I'm not really sure what they really copyrighted me on. I'm sure it had to do with the audio. But yeah, kind of a bummer about that. So I just kind of tried to reassess real fast and get us back up here. I mean, it is what it is. It happens. You take risk and you try things out. Yeah, they just said they took me down. They took me down. It's all right. It's all right. It could be worse. But anyway, so it looks like they were talking about the new Apple TV, which looks fantastic. Right now, it looks like they are talking about the. So I wonder if I can at least bring up the video. If I can bring up the video and not play any of the audio, I wonder if I can get away with that. I don't know. I don't want another strike against me though. Sorry, I'm just trying to get resituated here, guys. All right, that's a little bit better.
Keeps the system cool while running exceptionally quiet. In fact,
you guys can't. Oh, there's nobody in here right now, but it's okay.
Together, these two components help reduce IMAX overall volume by over 50%. The result is a design that's much more compact and just 11.5 millimeters thick. And with an even smaller footprint, it fits easily into many more spaces. Next, iMac has always been about its.
This is a nice, sleek little iMac. I mean, it looks like they changed the layout of the item. I mean, the front kind of looks the same, but it's a much thinner screen, 24-inch. So that's really, really nice.
Brilliant and vivid. It also has two cameras, which automatically adjust the color temperature as your environment changes for more natural units. And it has a coating with industry-leading reflectivity for greater comfort and breathability. IMAX new design.
So you got looks like a bunch of new colors. It got a green, a yellow, a peach, a red, purple, blue.
The camera paired with M1, which has Apple's latest image signal processor, or ISP. This works to further enhance the image quality with computation speed. Let's take a look at the processing test.
Yeah, so I guess sorry, I was also reading my little warning strike. So I guess I can't even play the video on here. Unfortunately, it is what it is. And I just got, they basically just took down that original content that had it all in there. Because I know I was telling you guys before, if you guys have certain, if you don't check certain boxes when you upload videos, you can use people's stuff without knowing. But apparently, this one does. Oh well, could be worse. So they're updating the camera even more because I know they upgraded the camera and of course the iPhone 12 to the with the lidar. This one they upgrading the camera in the iPhone Mac even more, which is kind of cool because it looks like the mic will even drop out any background noise and bring it all in. I mean it looks pretty awesome. I don't know. I'm sure that price is going to be pretty high, but if you guys, get anybody in here, you guys want to watch, I'll put up the link for the Apple event. I'll just put it up and you guys can watch it at the same time as me. So I put up on the link. If you guys click that link right there, you guys can sit there and watch the Apple event with me, and we can just comment on it together and go from there. But if you figured I'd throw this up here and check and see. But unfortunately, I would like to play it here with you guys. But as we've seen earlier, YouTube took that down. But at least it's just a warning. I got to take chances from time to time. And the new iMac looks sweet, though. I love the really. I mean, the other one was had a really thin screen as it was. This one's even smaller, and the fact that they fit so much in there with these new speakers, new cameras. I mean, it's just pretty amazing.
Camera and audio features, and its stunning display. iMac delivers an entirely new level of capability. Now, adding the power and performance of M1 and macOS Big Sur, this experience is simply unrivaled. You can feel the difference immediately as iMac makes almost instantly, and your apps launch with blazing speed. Everything you do on macOS Big Sur is extremely responsive, and the apps you use every day are fast and fluid. Like in Safari, you can browse even faster and run hundreds of tabs at once. In Photos, you can fly through edits.
Wow, nice performance on that.
And in Apple Arcade, gaming on iMac is better than ever. With awesome and
Yeah, but that's going to look even better with that Retina screen that they're using for the iMac. If you're just using like a regular MacBook Pro like myself with monitor, you're not going to get that type of look. What's up, Christina? Sorry, I had to restart this thing up. YouTube, as I said, YouTube took the apparently I can't play the video on the screen because YouTube took the video down. All of a sudden, the next thing I went to go look at my analytics, and I couldn't find the video and found out that they had removed it. They wouldn't even let me use my look at my analytics or anything until I stopped the stream. So I basically just had to start up a new one. I've got it up here. If you guys are interested in watching the event, I put up in the link a link to the Apple Keynote event.
so you can run your edits to your next brilliant composition in real time with Affinity Photo, or quickly transform a picture into an oil painting or Photoshop. In your Final Cut Pro, you can edit up to 5 streams of full
So that way you can watch it. I've got it up on my other screen. I just apparently can't watch it or because it is a protected item, so nobody can just use it or anything like that. So it's all right. It is what it is. I couldn't. I had to take the chance. Had to try. It was my first time, so it's only a warning. So no worries. It means I got to stay away from doing that for a little bit. This is what I've always liked about Apple. If you're a big Apple person, I love because I've got iPhones, iPads, my MacBook, stuff like that. Everything integrates so seamlessly together. If I do a calendar event on one item, whether it's my computer, my iPad, my iPhone, it's on everything. It's to me, it's a fantastic ability. I mean, don't get me wrong, Apple's expensive, but to me, I would say, you get what you pay for, and I think that to me they're worth the value that they cost. It just takes me a little bit longer to save for something I want, but It's all right. It just means I really enjoy it myself, and when I do get it.
You're not done yet. iMac's state-of-the-art connectivity for all your data and devices. It has up to 4 USB-C ports, including 2 Thunderbolt ports, with super-fast data transfer, and support up to 6 gigs like the Close Bed kiosk. And with brand new power connector, it tackles the magnetic, so it's quick and easy to connect. It has a 2-meter power max silver cable
That's interesting.
power adapter, which can be placed on the floor behind your desk. And for Ethernet, check out this cool innovation. The iMac speed capture enables smooth power output.
That's interesting. That's a cool power feature for the iMac, where it's got a really nice braided cable, but and of course you power it, but it's actually got an Ethernet connectivity to the actual power cable instead of the Mac itself. But because that way you actually can hide cords and stuff a lot faster that way. That's pretty sweet. I like that.
There's a Magic Keyboard with an exciting Touch ID. It comes with an
Oh, see, I might have to get that. I wonder if I can get the keyboard itself for my MacBook Pro. There's a new feature on their new keyboards with the Touch ID, so that's pretty slick. I like that.
So whether you're making a purchase with Apple Pay or unlocking your iMac, it's fast, easy, and secure. And Touch ID also lets you password restrict it. So you can change your PIN easily.
Man, it's starting to rain out here.
And there's a Magic Keyboard with Touch ID and a Magic Keyboard keyboard. Now, loved by iMac users, now features color matching.
Oh, I might have to upgrade my Magic Mouse. Give me some colors.
Find colors in Magic Keyboard. These new accessories complete the system and bring even more capability to iMac. With a colorful, cutting-edge design, best exotic features, the power of M1, and Netflix Big Sur, new iMac can't do it all. Connect and send everything you need it to be. In many ways, iMac can fit into your life.
See, I've always wanted an iMac because I think they're slick, they're awesome, they're nice. But the only downside with the iMac is I can't pick it up and continue working. That's why I think I've always been more inclined to go with the laptops like a MacBook Pro or something like that, because it's got a lot of the same power that the iMac has. It just I can, if I'm done working on it here at home, I can pick it up, I can continue working on it in the car, I can take it with me. To me, the laptops just make more sense. Now, if you're in like a business setting, or if you're in a setting where you're not mobile that much, I mean, I get it. Do the iMac. The iMac makes a ton more sense to you to be able to do it. And I like how, especially that much power and that small amount of room that they made this thing. I mean, that's back in the day that was a tower that we did everything with. So I mean that's pretty awesome. But like I said, I think I'm never gonna get one. I like the colors. I like how it's almost bring reminiscent to the colors when they brought the first iMac out. Where you remember the very first one that Steve Jobs brought out had that long backing, but it had all the great colors to it as well. They haven't really had in the past 10 years, it's all been like silver. So, I think what is great about it is now they're bringing colors. So it's kind of reminiscent to older Apple and everything like that. Just want to remind you, if you're new to the chat, unfortunately, I would love to have the Keynote on this screen with you guys. Unfortunately, I have to watch it off on the side. It's kind of why we're going to do a watch party. I started a stream like at the start of this thing, and Apple took my content down. So I have a link up here in the chat. If you don't see the chat, let me know and I'll give you the link again. But the link they're streaming it straight to on YouTube right now. So if you need the link, that way you can kind of watch along with me and see what they got going on. But they got some pretty cool things. I like what they've done so far with Apple TV. Some fantastic ads. This iMac looks fantastic. I'm probably going to be more into some of the accessories like the keyboard, although I've got a great Logitech keyboard, but having the Touch ID on the keyboard would be pretty cool. I need to upgrade my Magic Mouse anyway, so it's maybe something, but they're definitely using the abilities of that Apple M1 chip, which I know they've been starting to put that M1 chip in a lot of their products, and that thing is a beast. By the way, it's an absolute beast. That thing is awesome. So now they got a guy running across Apple's crazy spaceship building. Some sort of action sequence trailer, Mission Impossible style. I don't know what this is, what they're going on about. So again, if you guys are new, welcome to the chat. There's a link I put in the chat that has you just click that and it'll take you to the Apple Keynote. Let me know what you guys think about what they've shown so far. I'd love to have it on the screen. Unfortunately, Apple had copyrighted me on it and took down my initial video, so I had to move quick and get the stream back up. Again, unfortunately, I just can't put it up here. I got to watch on the side. So, again, I don't know if people can see it, but I will put it back up there. This is the link to the Apple Keynote. If you're an Apple fan, stuff like that, they've released some really cool new features. They released a tile style. If you know a tile to find your keys and stuff, released something like that. Some great new enhancements on Apple TV. Showed a trailer of the next season of Ted Lasso. I can't remember how to pronounce it, but I love that show. Incredibly great. Showed the whole new Apple, the Apple iMacs. They look sweet. They look great. The color on them is awesome, reminiscent to the original, iMacs when Steve Jobs dropped them. Awesome, and looks like they are now starting to get into the iPad. So it looks like the iPad is now getting the M1 chip, which is fantastic because again, that chip is a beast, and that thing has so much power.
M1 continues that momentum by taking it to an entirely new level, with a big jump in performance to run powerful apps, drive, M1's efficiency is proven like design requires power, way beyond just being better. It has to be amazing. M1 comes manufactured in these chips. I call that always built to be full of powerful. Next level performance that M1 unlocks on iPad Pro starts with powerful.
Oh man, that thing's a beast. 50% faster CPU power on this new M1. I think it's the same M1 chip that you used in the Apple iPhone 12. Which to me, if you're a tech person and stuff like that, and you want to see these different things, it's fantastic. That's the main reason why I wanted to get the 12, but I kind of stepped back and said, I'm going to wait till the next one. But that new chip it's crazy cool. Oh, thank you, Christina. That's awesome. I'm actually just going to set that up here. Thank you very much. If you're new, welcome. Hit the ring to learn when he has more content. Definitely appreciate it. Again, if you are just coming to the channel, I did under my name on here. I put a link. This will take you straight to the Apple Keynote. Watch along with me. I was gonna have it up here earlier, but unfortunately, I got taken down. It just is what it is. It looks like I got my littlest one trying to come and join. Wow, that's actually pretty cool. So with the new iPad, with the games, you can actually use PlayStation and Xbox game controllers with the iPad. That's actually, and this is the iPad Pro, of course, but that's a game changer right there because a lot of people already have those controllers. You don't have to go out and buy this separate third party type of controller. That's pretty awesome. Hey, Kenneth, what's going on, man? I appreciate you stopping by. Again, if you're an Apple geek like myself, I know that in the Funko community, I'm probably a few, a little bit, of a newer type of person there, but that's all right. It is what it is, and you know, but I'm an Apple geek, and I'm not gonna hide from that by any means. I absolutely love my Apple, and I will be an Apple fan for many, many years to come. You can see your hands. So they're gonna have an iPad Pro that it's gonna have up to 2 terabytes of memory on it. That is awesome. Oh, they're putting Thunderbolt on it.
Uh,
4 times more bandwidth. That's crazy. Quiet. Okay. Quiet. So that's no lag time at all when you're using that Thunderbolt cable. If you're going to transfer from back and forth, I know if you're a person like me who runs a lot of external hard drives, I don't store a lot of stuff on my own hard drive. I use all externals. Or maybe you're sending things to a TV or whatnot. I mean, you're going to send that stuff quickly. Looks like the new iPads are going to have 5G capability. As 5G is still relatively new and something that is adding in there. I think T-Mobile has ability for 5G right now. Not a lot of people have the total ability, but it's really smart to start adding 5G into everything, because within the next couple of years, everything's going to 5G. Personally, again, if you're just joining us, I'm watching the Apple Keynote. Love for you guys to watch it with me. I have a link in here. Post it up again. Hit this link. It'll take you right to the Apple Keynote on YouTube. And, that way you guys can kind of come and watch it along with me. And unfortunately, again, I will love it up on the screen. I had it up earlier, but YouTube completely just deleted that content. So you can't even watch the original stuff on replay. They deleted it all together. So this is how we got to do it. Put the light down, please. Kids. I wonder if they're going to put the LiDAR sensor into the iPad, which would be pretty awesome. I've always said that I've used iPad for many things on like FaceTime, stuff like that. The mic is always fantastic on them. Go. Yes. No booger. Yeah, so they are bringing LiDAR to the new iPad, which is going to be fantastic. That new LiDAR scanner is ridiculous. Again, between the M1 chip and the LiDAR was the reason I wanted to go for the 12, but I've decided to back off and wait for the new one that comes out at the end of this year, because I think I've heard of some rumors of some really cool stuff coming up. So I figured I'd wait, but this new one's pretty awesome. Again, guys, if you guys are joining the chat, I have a link in the chat. Go to that link. That'll take you right to the Apple Keynote, so you guys can watch along with me. Again, I'd love to have it up here. Had it up earlier on an earlier one, but YouTube had deleted it on me. Said it was against copyright or community rules or something like that. So I got a warning, but it's okay. It is what it is. But again, if you're an Apple fan, Apple junkie like myself, it's not going to stop me. I'm still going to keep watching. Wow, it's a nice 12 megapixel ultra wide camera on the front. That's typically what the thing is. A lot of times the cameras on the back are fantastic, but the camera on the front, not so great. This case looks like, the front camera is not going to have the LiDAR, but being a 12 megapixel. That's going to be a killer camera in the front, nonetheless. Out, please. Out, out, out. What's up, Funko PDX? How you doing, man? Oh, that new iPad Pro looks awesome. Again, I don't know what that price is going to be for that. I'm sure it's going to be pretty high up there, but that might have to be my new one. My current one's starting to get kind of behind, so we're probably going to have to upgrade in the next year or two. And that new one looks ridiculous. So let me ask you, I don't know who's still in here, who are you guys actually, are you guys just jumping in the stream? Or anybody in here that are, what's your favorite Apple product that you like to use? Are you the type like me who have the multiple Apple items and can use the connectivity to jump between all of them? I mean, let me know what you guys think, or if there's anything so far that's being shown that you guys are well interested in. Let me know. Oh, wow, that liquid retina XTR. Wow. 1,000 nits full screen brightness, 1,600 nits peak brightness, 1,000,000 to 1 ratio contrast. Damn. That thing is slick. Wow. I'm gonna have to go to the store to check this thing out. I at least I can give you that one, Funko PDX. Like I said, Apple's not for everybody. I found them early on, and I've always become a fan of them. I've liked them even more over time. To me, like I said, yes, they are expensive products, but to me, I've always said, I've gotten longevity out of every single one of my Apple products, and as well as long updates for my Apple products. And so, their technology is out there. Sure, maybe they're not the first ones to have certain things, but I'm okay with that, because if they wait and they to me, they perfect it even more and they make it even better. I mean, that's just, wow, 10,000 mini LEDs inside the new iPad. That's ridiculous, by the way. Sorry. But if they're going to come out with something good quality, I'm all for it. If I got to save up for, one of these great products, and I know I'm going to, by the time I get it, I know I'm going to have it long term. I know I'm going to, this is not something that's, going to be completely out of, that I'm going to have to replace in a year because it's out of date. I've been able to have, my iPad, my MacBook Pro is a 2015. In most cases, a lot of places that thing's out of date, but they still make updates for these things. They still love them. And like I said, I just find much more longevity in Apple. Maybe that's what you're paying more money for, but that's just the way I've always felt. So I've never minded paying the higher money for good quality products. Not all their products are the greatest quality, but hey, I'll take it what I can. But I do understand that comment. Apple's not for everybody, but hey, you do got to respect the technology. If you break it down to technology as it is, you got to respect it a little bit. Apple iPhone, not a tech person, but want to learn. Great part about Apple, if you get to any of the Apple stores, they do classes. I don't know so much right now with COVID, but in the past, if you ever had a new product or something you wanted to learn more from Apple, they have free classes you can take at their Apple stores to learn more about your products. I've taken one before to learn a little bit more. Like when I got my first Mac Mini, I want to learn more about it, because especially if you're going from PC to Mac, it's a different world. But they offer all free classes and stuff like that. So it's definitely kind of cool. Again, guys, if you are joining us, as much as I'd like to put the keynote on the screen, YouTube had taken a video down from me earlier from it. So go ahead and hit the link that I put in the chat, and that will take you right to the keynote. So you guys can kind of watch along with me and let me know what you think. They've talked about the new iPad technology, and it's ridiculous. The screen's ridiculous. Everything about it's just awesome. The new MacBooks are sleek, look great, have awesome colors on them. Both of these new items are using the great M1 chips. These M1 chips is ridiculous and just robust. That thing is crazy good. They've also talked about the some of the new features for Apple TV, as well as they bringing out a product. I guess they call it AirTags. That's basically just like a tile. Those tiles to find your keys and stuff with. So it's kind of nice. But this new iPad. They're still talking about the new iPad. And using the M1 chip, you can get up to 2 terabytes now. iPad, and it's just they're using the LiDAR technology. The screen is just, has 10,000 LEDs inside the screen. It's crazy. Oh, you okay? Cool. I appreciate it. So at least you're watching it too, as you can see. That is a nice feature they just showed right there. Is they did announce that if you ever had games that you want to play on your iPad or something like that, and you knew it was going to be easier to play with a controller, you can actually use PlayStation 5 or an Xbox One controller to connect. It'll connect Bluetooth to the iPad now, which is fantastic. So you don't have to go out and buy some third-party controller that you're only going to use for your iPad. You're using stuff that you might already have in your house. So that's fantastic. That's a great ad there. They're talking to like some Photoshop people, different app people, about what they think about the iPad. It's things like Photoshop would probably be really nice on there, as well as editing on, especially for video. If you want to edit, that could be a good possibility to get. Now, I still prefer it on my computer myself because I started doing my YouTube videos editing on an iPad with iMovie, but you can probably get more. So let's check out what new accessories they're going to have. Of course, they got the new Apple Pencil that's been around. Love that thing. That thing is so responsive. Great. Looks like you got more languages you can talk into or recognize. Of course, and of course they're talking about the Magic Keyboard. Magic Keyboard, I don't know. I never had one, but I don't know if it was blacklit to begin with or backlit. I'm sorry. I don't know if it was backlit to begin with, but do you like that? They did talk about this earlier. Tim had talked about how much they've got this 10-year plan by 2030 to be, completely, renewable energy, everything like that, which I like. There's a lot of big tech, big companies like Disney, even, who's got a 10-year plan to become, energy efficient, stuff like that. I'm all for renewable energy because, we got to start thinking of different ways to readjust. So 11-inch MacBook Pro is going to be at $799, which isn't actually that bad for the 11-inch for an 11-inch iPad. Then that's going to be the biggest size available. Actually, no, they're going to have a 12.9 that's going to be available for, looks like $899, I think is what it said. And it looks like will be available next month. So if you think about it overall, the normal iPad's like almost $500. A couple hundred more, you get an even larger screen, something pretty awesome. So I don't know. That's not a horrible price for a great piece of technology like that, to be honest with you. Especially if you are doing YouTube. You can totally film and edit right there on that iPad. That's awesome. That's something you can think about if you're doing YouTube. Yeah, I mean, I'd use that LiDAR camera on the iPad, and I'd film and edit straight on there. You don't have to worry about anything. So it does work the regular Magic Keyboard. So you don't have to have it in the case. The regular Magic Keyboard that works for any Apple, it'll work with. So that's fantastic. Again, if you guys are joining the chat, hit the link that I put in the chat window. It'll take you right to the Apple Keynote. We're kind of watching it together, see what they have. They brought out some great new improvements with the new iPad Pro, the new iMac, some stuff with Apple TV, as well as some new products they're bringing out. So some fantastic stuff happening. Yeah, both are going to have that M1 chip. That M1 chip is ridiculous. So it seems like the Pro is only going to have those big the big screens, the 11 and the 12.9. To be honest with you, I've held the 12.9. It's just too big, to be honest with you. But if I were to upgrade to one of these, I would definitely do the 11. So I may have to start saving my pennies and get me a new upgraded iPad. Because like I said, in the next couple of years, I'm going to have to upgrade mine anyways. And we have a bunch, like even in my household, I got my iPad. My kids have iPad minis and stuff like that. And, although I think my kids can operate their iPads better than I can. It's crazy how much kids just soak that stuff up. But we definitely also keep them limited on the amount of usage time. Because especially with kids and all the electronics nowadays, you definitely got to keep all that limited for sure. Damn, that campus of theirs is just ridiculous how good it looks. Talk about the Apple Card again. This is the second time they talked about the Apple Card. Of course, I'm sure they want more users. I didn't get the Apple Card myself. It's getting to me. I'm sure eventually one day I will. I just never really went on to it about. This is new AirTags, Apple TV. The new remote is pretty cool. I might just get the remote separate. So say I'm actually going to be buying a computer just for YouTube, and this looks really, really cool. And see, again, we're changing guys that actually said they couldn't stand Apple. But I mean, think about it, guys. I mean, that the technology in that iPad Pro. I mean, the iMacs look great. I love how they're bringing back the colors. It's kind of reminiscent to the Steve Jobs and the first iMacs that came out. To be honest with you, I think it's very reminiscent on that. But, I think that if you think about it, for me, I don't go iMacs. I love them. I think the screen looks great. But I'm a laptop guy because I have a tendency a lot of times where, I start work here at the house and then we run out or we do something. So I just pick up my laptop and keep going. Like when I took my laptop with me when we went my MacBook Pro. When we went to that vacation, I streamed right from there. So, it's definitely something in there to do. So, but as far as the MacBook Pro, I'm not that. As far as the iMac, I'm not that into it. But that MacBook Pro, especially if you're getting into for YouTubing stuff like that, the LiDAR camera on there is awesome. You can film and edit with the power of that M1 chip right from there. You don't have to do much. Hey, my buddy Sean's on here. Of course, I'm streaming it to Facebook as well. What I heard a while ago is that the M1 chip can't run Windows. Well, it's developed by Apple, so why would it run Windows? I don't know about this. Don't know if that's true, but if it is, then I'm going to start carrying two computers. And I know a lot of people that when I used to do designing and stuff like that. So I guess that's the end of the event. I thought there were introducing more items, and a lot of times the keynotes are a lot longer than this, but because I think when they do the keynotes and they bring people in, they actually do demos and stuff like that, whereas in this case they weren't. But like I said, the only real way that you can actually make Apple and Windows really talk together to have like an intermediate Linux type of system. But I mean, I know a lot of people when I was doing designing, AutoCAD is actually better on a Windows based platform than it is on Mac. But you kind of so I think when I was doing it at the time when I was here, I actually had 4 monitors on my desk because I had 2 monitors just for my Mac and I had 2 monitors for my Windows. It was crazy, but that sometimes it just happens that way. And you're gonna have stuff on PC, but luckily now I don't need PC. There's nothing I'm using right now because I use Adobe. I use Photoshop. Photoshop is fantastic on the Mac. I use I've upgraded my software to use Final Cut Pro for my film editing, which I still learning that thing. That program is robust. So there's not really anything I need anymore. I use everything on my iMac. What do you say? It says I can just I can run boot camp. Yeah, that's a good point. They have Lightning software I have to use. That's why Apple works great. I can use both operating system. I guess if you but I'm pretty sure the M1 chip it may not work with Windows because, like I said, you gotta remember that M1 chip was designed by Apple. So but that thing is robust. That thing is beastly on how awesome it is. But so a little quick breakdown. I thought it'd be a little bit longer than it was. And of course, this stream got cut off about 25% in because originally I was playing the Keynote on the screen. YouTube didn't like that. Apparently, I'm not allowed to do that. So they had actually deleted that beginning part. So you can't find my beginning stream. They deleted it. I had to restart the whole stream all over again and get back up. So note to self, I got my warning from YouTube not to do that. So I can't do that anymore. So it is what it is. But basic notes that they brought up. Of course, they brought up things about the Apple credit card. Don't have one of those. I heard it's pretty cool, especially if you have multiple items. They brought up with a new thing called AirTags, which is basically like Tile, except for now you can use it with the Find My app, and it really can detect in and help you even with an arrow showing you where it is. Pretty kind of cool app. They talked about the Apple TV, have some great functions, have a new remote coming out for it. I have an Apple TV. I will probably buy the new remote because the new remote looks pretty awesome, especially with the kids. Yeah, Jesse, I've learned. Well, you can watch YouTube on YouTube, but it's got to be, you have to have that point because there's certain, you can filter it out. It's content commons. If the people, you don't check mark that your video is when you upload is for you, then it's considered content commons, which anybody can use your item within that. Apparently they check marked theirs and I didn't know it, so they flagged me. Like I said, it is what it is. But talk about the new Apple TV, showed a trailer for the new Ted Lasso season, which I'm a huge fan of that show. I absolutely loved it. It's funny, real enjoyable. And then they went straight into the new Mac iMacs. Now, I'm not a big iMac person myself, but technology in this thing looks great. They upgraded the cameras, they upgraded the speakers, they upgraded the screen. They put the M1 chip inside of it. Fantastic item. If you're into an iMac, they also brought back kind of reminiscent to old iMacs from back when Steve Jobs had originally released the beginning ones. They've got multiple colors on the iMacs now, not just the silver. So that's a great addition, I think. I'm a laptop person, so I probably would never get an iMac. And then, of course, they went into the new iPad Pro. That was probably, I'd say, 40% of what they were talking about. They, of course, have put the LiDAR in the back camera, so it maps incredibly well. They upgraded the cameras. They upgraded the front face camera to a 12 megapixel. So even on a front face camera, normally the front face cameras haven't been the greatest. That thing's awesome. They have the M1 chip and the new iPad Pro. They have they're using the LED screen a lot. I can't call it. I think you call it liquid retina, and it's got 10,000 little LED lights inside of these iPads. Crazy how awesome these things are. I would agree with you. I am surprised they didn't announce a Steve Jobs pop, but they usually, like I said, they usually keep these keynotes straight up to a the products. But if they ever release a Steve Jobs pop, I would buy it all day. I wouldn't even mind seeing a Wozniak pop, to be honest with you. But the new iPads they're releasing, the new iPad, you can get it, and I believe it's set up to 2 terabytes. You get 2 terabyte iPad now, which I don't even want to know what the price of that, but they just showed the basic price of the 11-inch iPad Pro is going to release at $799, and the 12.9 iPad Pro is going to release at $899. Pre-order start, I think, on both the iMacs and the iPads at the end of the month, and they're releasing next month. They did also announce that if you have not got an iPhone 12 yet, they are releasing a new color, because they've got, I think, 6 different colors for the iPad Pros now. I mean, not the iPad, the iPhone 12s. They're releasing a purple one. So they're getting really a lot more into their, their colors and stuff like that. I guess maybe coming back into their older times and getting rid of just the straight, space gray and steel. But that iPad may definitely be something I'm going to have to get in the future. Also, if you are a MacBook and you like the little accessories, they are releasing a new keyboard that you can buy, of course, to use with anything, and it has touch, touch sensor in there to where you can lock your computer and all that stuff with that, as well as they're releasing new Magic Mouse items with the color down along the sides. So kind of get a little bit more customizable. I wouldn't mind a new Magic Mouse, but I don't know if I'm going to buy it just for a different color, because they are expensive. The Magic Mouses themselves, are at least $75 to $100 alone. So mine's working right now until it dies. Then I'm not going to worry about it. I wouldn't mind the keyboard with the touch sensor on it, but I've got a killer Logitech keyboard that I use, so I'm probably just going to keep on with that one. But other than that, guys, that's all I got for you. If you guys didn't catch the Apple keynote and you guys want to know a little bit more in detail of what they did release, definitely check out the link. It's on YouTube now. This is the first time that they've released the keynote on YouTube, which is nice and easy. You can always go back. You don't have to go through Apple's website to get to it. I guarantee if you go to Apple's website right now, it's going to have all the new information. They didn't really talk a whole lot about software or anything like that as far as anything new. I think they're going to wait to talk about software in June, because usually the beginning of June is when they have SDCC, and that one's all about all the new iOS, the new Mac OS, the new TV OS, all that stuff. That's straight software. So I think that'll definitely be something, and I'll probably do the same thing on there. Now I am thinking about, I don't know what time frame I still got to figure out for everybody, because I want to be able to have a good time frame, but it's got to be during the day, because of course I work at nights during the week. But I'm starting to think of trying to go back to my roots. This is still a nerd channel, whether it's collectibles, whether it's whatever. I'm going to want to go back to my roots as far as, I started out this YouTube journey doing tech reviews. I don't necessarily want to go back to tech reviews, but I am a tech person at heart. So I want to continue kind of, I do it in my normal life and search for different new tech products and stuff like that. So I may actually start a weekly live stream, maybe call it Tech Tuesday. Tech Tuesday every week. We'll, scroll through Amazon and all this other stuff, finding new and interesting tech out there for good and reasonable prices, hopefully. I want to thank y'all that came by and to hang out with me today. This is something, I'm an Apple geek, so anytime they have Apple events, I'm all for watching them. I love them. Look forward in June. We will probably be doing another Apple. We'll probably doing the SDCC Apple event. on here as well, do another watch party. And I know also in next week, I believe I may also be doing another watch party for the announcement, because of course, on top of being, Funko collector of many things, a techie person, I am a big Disney person. I mean, who's not being this close? They're going to have a huge new announcement with the new Disney cruise ship, going into details on the new Disney cruise ship, The Wish. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a watch party for that one too. But we'll just have to wait and see what happens, and go from there. I didn't want to get to, let's see. I think it would be a cool way to remember him on his anniversary dates and introduce it during. And again, they may still, and that I could see them doing that more during WWCC than doing it during this. This was mainly just like a, hey, we're showing you our newest products we're releasing, stuff like that. The convention, the WDCC, is more of that. That would be that type of event. So if I would see them doing something like that, it would be during that one. To be 1,000% honest with you, but like I said, if they did a Steve Jobs or a Wozniak pop, I'd be all for them. I'd buy them both. But it is what it is. But anyways, guys, I want to let you guys get back to your normal day. I appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with me and watching this event. Great products. Again, I do recommend easy way if you're looking to start a YouTube channel and you want to upgrade your products and you've got the money. I would recommend that new iPad Pro. You can film, a terrific camera on there. You got the M1 chip. You can film and edit right on that item. So that's my recommendation of the day. Do that. Otherwise, Christina say I always wanted to do. I've done 3 Disney cruises. Absolutely love them. That's why anytime they do an announcement for the new one, I'm all about it. Love Disney cruises. Of course, I know cruising right now, but hey, it'll come back in time. But if you get a chance to, I definitely recommend a Disney cruise. Anyways, look forward to that. I should be posting that up probably next week when I get more of the time announcement of when it is, and we'll do another watch party. Maybe we'll get some people in here. Maybe we won't. But hey, if I'm going to sit here in front of the computer and watch it, I might as well try to do it here with you guys. Don't forget to go ahead if you like this video and you just enjoyed hanging out with me. Don't forget to hit that like button. Leave me a comment as well. If you're watching this on a replay, leave me a comment. As well as if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button with that post notification bell. And if you haven't done so already, check out that join button down there too. That'll take you to the Donut Life membership. Different prices for different people. Whatever you guys want to do. If you guys want to help support the channel, I'd always appreciate it. As everything I get from any of these memberships go right back into the channel. So other than that, I want to thank you guys as always. And, always, as I like to say, whenever I end anything, do what you like. And always, guys, unleash your inner nerd. Y'all take it easy. Have a good one.